Hello everyone, thank you very much for watching this video today, which is the second in a three-part series on the 1-2-2 defense. Today we're going to talk about specific responsibilities and rotations on certain passes that come from one spot on the court to another. So let's jump right in here. And we'll start with just picking up the ball handler. This is obviously a very important topic for the person who's at the top of our defense. All right, we don't want to pick this up too early. If we pick this up too early, it's going to be very easy for the offense to make one quick pass to the wing and then a second quick pass to the high post right behind where our top of the defense player should be. Okay, so we give them a little bit of time. My general consensus is about 6 to 8 feet from the three-point line is when we pick them up. Okay. We want to pressure the basketball to one side by angling your body so the dribbler has no choice but go to that side. Basically, we want to try to force them to their offhand if possible. All right, if a pass gets lobbed over the top to another guard, we turn and sprint to protect the high post. In fact, that's what we want. We want them to pass on the perimeter. And of course, we don't let them just simply dribble the ball down the middle of the court. All right, so let's take a look at what this looks like. So here's our basic setup. Again, we do not want to pick up the offense there, all right? We want to pick them up somewhere around there, and that's when we close out a little bit and we angle. Let's say this person is right-handed. We want to start angling our body to force them to go to the left, okay? Why? If we did pick them up too high, they can easily do a pass to the wing here and have this guy sprint to the high post, and they're going to be open, because that's the one's responsibility right there. So don't pick them up too early. Instead, 6 to 8 feet is about, from the three-point, about where we want to pick that up. Okay, and once we do that, we angle it to their offhand, trying to get them to create a pass on the perimeter, and then we'll start rotating from there. So let's talk about now the ball at the top of the key. When the basketball is being dribbled over half court, it's the top defender's responsibility to pick them up. Okay, we already talked about that. We said 6 to 8 feet, 2 to 3 meters from the three-point line. When the top defender is pressuring the ball, the wings have to pinch into the high post and protect that spot specifically, okay? This means we don't put pressure on the pass from the top to the wing. We want that pass to happen, but the wing defenders must be ready to close out hard after that pass does happen. The two post defenders should have a foot inside the key when the ball is up top, so we have a presence on the inside, but can also close out to the corners. So going back to that same setup here, let's say we force this player to dribble left, all right? 2 is not going to close out on the other 2 here. We're still hanging out at the high post, but 3 is actually going to come even closer to the middle to make sure there's no backdoor cut from number 5 or number 3 on the other side, okay? Meanwhile, 4 and 5, you should, again, have 1 foot in the lane, 1 foot out of the lane. You are ready to sprint out here if the pass goes from the top of the key into the corner, okay? If the pass does go into the wing, we'll talk about what to do next. But right now, we're really concerned about protecting the high post and, of course, protecting against any backdoor cuts underneath. All right, so now the pass to the wing. When the basketball is passed to the wing, which is, again, what's what we want the ball to be passed outside, the wing player must immediately close out with high hands to prevent any open shots. Don't worry too much about getting beat. If you get beat, there should be someone there to help. The top defender should drop to the high post immediately and deny. They are going to have an offensive player cut there immediately when the pass gets to the wing. So you have to be there first, and you front that player to deny the pass to the high post. The off-ball side wing player will drop down a few steps and go into the lane, half in the lane. This will allow them to pick off any skip passes to the opposite wing and provide help inside. The ball side post player should front the low post. We'll show that in a second here as well. And the off-ball post player should be playing help side defense in the middle of the key. They have to defend the lob pass and throwing over the other post player who is fronting their offensive player. So on the court, let's see what that looks like here. So one's going to pass it over to 2. Slowly. All right, as soon as that happens, 2 has to close out hard on that player, okay? 3 is going to sag down into the lane a little bit here. 1 is going to go to the high post immediately. Because what the offense is probably going to do, most likely, is try to send one of these players into the lane for a backdoor cut, or maybe one of these players to the high post for a shot. All right, so whoever is here, your job is to front any offensive player that gets there and deny, deny, deny. All right, so let's say they send 3 there and they send this guy to the block. So 4, you are going to front that player, and 5 is in the lane helping. So in case the pass goes from 2 to 4, which we'll talk about next here, into the corner, we have someone in the lane to guard against the pass into the low post. Okay? If they don't cut into the high post, that's fine. We're still defending the lane. 3, maybe you can play a little bit further up then, but we're still not going any further than that. We are not guarding that player out there. We are helping in the lane, and we can sprint out to the wing if the pass gets skipped over. Okay? So this is the general setup. Again, 4 is going to be ready to sprint to the corner. 1 is denying that high post. This is the danger area right here. We are not letting the pass get in there. And 3 is just kind of sagging, helping in the lane, but also keeping an eye on this guy for a backdoor cut, or if they skip it over, closing out so there's no quick shots. Let's go back to our setup here. All right, we'll put 3 back where they started and the ball back up top. All right, next, defending the pass to the corner. This is probably the most difficult part of this defense. Not necessarily from a wing to a corner, but from the top to the corner, or from the opposite wing to the corner, or from the opposite corner to corner. Well, those are hard passes to make, but if they are made, our rotations have to be quick. So let's take a look at this responsibility. The ball side low post player must close out on the ball. That is your offensive player now in the corner. And close out with the high hands. And number 1 rule there, do not allow baseline, because we have no help down low. If they're going to beat you, they're going to have to go to the middle, because that's where our help is going to be. The top defender, again, you're denying the high post, because that's where they're going to send people. We need someone there at all times. The off ball, the weak side low post, slides across, and they're going to be defending the strong side low block if there's an offensive player there. But we do not front them. Why not? Because we no longer have help over the top. So we do not front them. We just are right there. We're not going to let them get a quick pass and a layup. The weak side wing will drop down and play help side defense down low. And here's the important one here. The strong side wing. Number 1, you have to flash to the ball on any skip passes. Now, if it's straight wing the corner, you don't have to do that. But if it's from the top to the corner or from the opposite side of the court to the corner, you have to flash on to make sure that you get help. After that happens, you have 3 options. Again, we talked about this in the last video. We'll talk about when to do which, but for the most part, we are going to work number 1 here, prevent the inside pass. Okay, nothing for the backdoor cuts. Okay, if they have a really good shooter on the wing, maybe we'll put more pressure on the wing to deny the wing. And if we're down late or if we need a quick steal, we're going to trap the corner. We'll cover that in our next video. All right, so let's take a look at this one. This is the big one here. Okay, so again, let's say the pass comes over here to the 3. Let's do our movements. 3 closes out, 1 to the high post, 2 sagging down, and 5 and 4 really just shifting over a little bit. 5 is going to be fronting any player here, and 1 is fronting the high post. Okay. Now, if the pass goes from 3 to 5, well, that's an easy rotation. 5 is going to sprint out there. 4, you're going to guard the strong side low post, because they're probably going to send this 4 over here to try to get the ball in there. 2, you're just going to sag down low, again, helping. And 1, you are still there denying the high post and looking for any backdoor cuts. 3 is also going to sag off their player as well. Unless it's late in the game, then we'll trap. Or if this shooter here is a really good 3-point shooter, we'll just stay up a little higher denying that pass, knowing we have backdoor help down low. Okay, but for the most part, we're just going to be right there. Okay, let's go back to the ball in the wing, and let's see what happens on a skip pass to the corner. This is the one that really we're going to have to work on. So skip from the 3 over to this 4. All right, because this person here is helping defend in this area, they're going to be a little late closing out. So what 2 is going to have to do is they're going to have to flash on not directly in front, but flash on this way, okay, until 4 can recover and close out. Again, closing out, not allowing baseline, okay? Once 4 recovers, then 2 can flash back to wherever we want. If we want to sag, or if we want to deny this pass, or if we want to trap, then we're already there, okay? 1, you're simply going to switch over to the other high post. 5 is coming to the other low post. And 3, you're going to sag down to the lane to help down there, okay? But that, again, that's the big part for this defense there. The 2 and the 3, whoever our row 2 wing players are, you have to be ready to flash onto the ball in the corner on any skip passes. Let's reset this for the next slide. Dribble penetration. There really shouldn't be a whole lot of dribble penetration in this defense. Basically because we should always have people in the lane ready to help. There's no way one player should be able to dribble through our whole team and get a quick shot in the lane. Okay, there should always be 2 defenders defending the basketball. If one guy gets beat, someone is there ready to go. If they do dribble in the lane, we can even set a double team right there, making it difficult for them to pass back out. If we do let them pass back out, not that we let them pass back out, but we have to make sure the pass does not go down low. Instead, it goes back out to the perimeter. Then whoever's player is that responsibility, you close out hard with high hands. So real quick on this one, let's just say, so here we are in our setup here. If somehow, some way, 3 gets beat, there's going to be another player right there. The only thing we can't let them do is hit a backdoor cut right down there. Okay, so step right up, and we'll just go ahead and make them, not that we'll let them, but if they're going to pass it, they're going to pass it back out here. Okay, do not let them hit any backdoor cuts, and do not let them dribble penetrate to the lane. All right, next is the high post. This is where we don't want the ball, but this is where the offense is going to be trying to get the ball. The high post is the most vulnerable spot in the zone. It's very important we know how to defend it. If the ball does get passed into the high post or dribble penetrated into the high post, one of our low post defenders must come up and guard them. We can either designate our best defender at this time to do it every single time, or we can say whatever side we are on to come up and do it. All right, when the ball gets passed in or dribbled in, one post defender must immediately come up and defend the ball. The other one's going to slide right in the middle of the lane and try to protect both posts at the same time, with the wings helping out. The top defender can dig the ball to get the high post player to pass it out, but the wings cannot pinch in. They have other responsibilities here. Instead, they must stick to the players in the wings so we don't give an open 3 shot. So what does that look like? And again, this is something we don't ever want to happen, but let's see what happens here if it does. Let's say whoever is playing here is not, maybe they fell asleep for a second here. So the ball is here. We have all of our defenders in our normal spots. Pass comes over to 3. Everybody moves correctly except the 1, and they flash here to the high post, and the ball gets there, okay? We want 4 or 5 to flash up and guard that person. Now, again, you can choose one to always do it if one's quicker, or you can just say whoever is closer, you're going to do it. So let's say 5 is our designated defender. They're going to flash up here, and they're going to guard the ball there. And 4's responsibility is basically to protect the whole lane. All right? We got to watch out for backdoor cutters here and backdoor cutters here. 3, you're going to sag down a little bit, but you're ready to close out on 5, but you can also help protect this gap. And same thing, 2, you can help protect that gap right there. 1, after you recover, please come in here and dig at the ball and make sure that they are double teamed and make them pass it back out to one of the wings. Okay? Basically, if the ball does get passed in there, our 1-2-2 defense gets turned into a 1-3-1 defense for the time being, until the pass gets passed back out to the wing. All right, our last set here, the last thing we're going to talk about is defending the low post. We will front the low post at all times. There should not be any opportunities really for them to ever pass to the low post, with one exception, and that exception is when the ball is in the corner. Okay, if the pass comes from the corner to the low post ball side player should simply just dig at the ball, but not double teaming, because we don't want to pass out to the corner for an open shot. The low post weak side player is defending the ball. The weak side wing drops down and covers the key. The ball side wing denies the pass back out to the wing. and the top defender, please keep defending the high post. So what does that look like? Let's say the ball gets passed from the top here into the wing. All right, so we do our rotations. Everyone closes out where they're supposed to be. Okay, we got defended pretty well. But they are going to try to get the ball to the low post here, which is fine. We can defend that, no problem. So let's say 5 goes over the top, low post here to the 4. 5, you are not double teaming this person. You can stand right here in between them and kind of dig at the ball and see if we can try to get a steal. But we're going to trust our 4 to defend that there. Okay? The weak side wing, so that's a 2, is going to drop down low here to protect against any backdoor cuts. 3 is defending the pass back out to the wing. And 1, you have this whole high post area again. What we want them to do is have to pass it back out to the 1 or the 2 so we can reset our defense. That's it for part 2 of our video. Part 3, we'll be talking about traps and when and how to set traps. If you like this video, I recommend checking that out. Please also hit the like and subscribe button. It would really help me out. If you have any questions, as always, go ahead and drop in the comment section. Thank you once again for watching my video today.